So I was watching that Samuel L. Jackson commercial about, Chase Freedom Card and cash back, right? And I'm thinking about how a credit card, which is based on nothing, right? It's credit, it's invisible, it's not real. That's why we're in so much debt. Because of loan sharks and mortgages and all this credit, all this invisible imaginary money. And how can you do a percentage of cash back on money that's not there, right? Whose money is it taking? Well, when you think about it, if you ever seen the show Ozark, right? And this is real. Marty went to the bank and I think he asked for $7 million. He had $7 million, but the bank didn't have $7 million. The bank didn't have enough money to give him. Now, this is a real thing. This is why they go into the Federal Reserve, because money isn't real. So a lot of times, just because you have a number in your bank account, that bank might not even have enough cash for all of the people it's banking. That's why they want to keep you to keep your money in the bank account, because cash is rare. Cash is king because cash is limited, apparently, even though they can just print money. But apparently they can't. So the actual amount of cash that is in circulation is way less than the amount of money that people are using and spending. And that's how you know money is fake. Because almost everyone's using, cryptocurrency or credit or loans or internet transactions, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. Everything is, what's this called? Internet, digital. Everything is digitalized. Plastic. There is no much paper and coin. And so say the internet was to ever go down or the electrical grid was to ever go down, credit would mean nothing. So that's why you have to hold on to your liquid assets as much as possible, because your cash is way more valuable. Because imagine if you were to just go and pay off all your credit card debt, right? Say you came into some money and you just used all that money to pay off your credit card debt. Now the credit card system goes down, the grid goes down, the internet shuts off. You have no cash left because you gave it all to an imaginary credit card. Also, when you leave the country, credit system doesn't exist. So say you leave the country and you run up a $20,000 credit card, who's going to come and get you? The American government's not coming after you in another country. They're not going to come repo your house and your car for the credit card limit that you're running up in Spain or fucking Canada or Costa Rica, where the fuck you want to go. I don't care where you go. Only in America they do that because it's not real. It's imaginary. It's credit. So how can you get cash back? And this is how banks, Wall Street, everything, but this is how it's all a pyramid scheme. Money in itself is a pyramid scheme, but the entire system is a pyramid scheme, and that is why they put the pyramid on the dollar, because it's a pyramid scheme. The society is a hierarchy. The pyramid represents hierarchy, and if you know what a pyramid scheme is basically just recruiting a bunch of people. It's sales. I've worked pyramid schemes, so it's like, if you don't know, just look it up, okay? Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, it's basically what the Wolf of Wall Street did, right? Essentially what sales really is. Essentially what all this shit is, investing, all of it, gambling. It's all a pyramid scheme. It's all the same shit. Because again, the bank has our money, but it doesn't have all our money, okay? So who's the majority of people that are going to get this percentage of cash back on this credit card, right? Who's going to have the high credit card balances, like $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? Who's even going to qualify for that? Obviously not poor people. Rich people. Rich people are going to qualify for the credit cards. Rich people are going to be given the high allowances on the credit cards, and they're going to be giving a higher percentage back in cash. And because they're probably going to make larger purchases and be able to pay them back, they're going to get a lot of cash back. So poor people are not going to get any cash back. But where do you think this cash comes from? Kind of like insurance. Like when you have car insurance or house insurance, right? Everyone's paying the insurance company all this money. It's the same at the bank. You're putting all your money in this bank. Blah, blah, blah. When one person crashes, they take from that money that you're giving to help the next person's car. That's what a pyramid scheme is. It's kind of like a big pot. It's a big pot. And when people who are prioritized over you need money from the pot, they take out of your pot. That's real shit. So these banks, through the credit card system, this cashback system, they're taking your money. That's real shit. This is why people tell you to take your money out the bank. Because say a millionaire like Marty Byrde from Ozark, but not even a fictional character, just real life, right? They're not, because this is why they have multiple banks and multiple accounts. because each bank has a certain amount of money. So if a millionaire or a billionaire goes to the bank and says, I need this amount of money, and the bank only has that amount of money, they're taking all that money out and they're giving it to that rich person. So then there's times when you go to the ATM, oh, the ATM is not working, or you can't get cash. Like, I don't think people understand that when they're giving money, like when people are making withdrawals, or even the 5%, 3% cash back on a credit card. I just saw the Venmo card say they're going to get 15% cash back, which is even crazier because a lot of people use Venmo to sell pussy and drugs. It's Venmo. So to get 15% cash back on a Venmo card is fucking crazy. That's like being able to commit crimes. That's like straight money laundering. Because you're literally getting illegal money and then you can get a Venmo card and get 15% cash back in legal money, which is going to be somebody else's money, by the way. But I'm getting at is they take the money from the poor. It's another way to take from the poor and give to the rich. Because again, who's benefiting from these loans? Poor people can't qualify. That's why they created a credit score. So you can't get a loan, so you can't get a credit card, so you can't get all these imaginary beautiful numbers that you can run up the bill and do whatever you want with. Money that you don't actually have. It's credit. It's not real. So the fact that you can get percentage of cash back on imaginary money on plastic is insane in itself. And the fact that I know for a fact it's coming from all of our money. This is why I was like, man, I should take my money out of the bank. So I know for a fact they're not taking mine. And then when everything shuts down, everything collapses and crashes, they can't say, oh, sorry, we don't have no cash at the ATM to take out. Because that's what happens when shit collapses. You'll go to the bank, you'll be like, oh, I need to take out money. You'll go to 3 different banks and they won't have no cash. Because cash will become scarce. Because the wealthy will hoard all the cash, which I'm guessing is what they've been doing for the past few years, seemingly. And that's when they have to do a bank bailout. Because the banks don't have any money anymore. Well, why do the banks not have any money anymore? Because it was a pyramid scheme from the fucking beginning. It was always a pyramid scheme. Mind you, it was our money. That's what happened in the Great Depression. That's why they did the whole FDIC, the bank protection. So in case another collapse occurred like the Great Depression, that the banks couldn't just take your fucking money from you. Because that's literally how it works. So that's why they passed those acts, the FDIC, like, oh, if your money's in the bank, they can't just steal your money and take your money from you in an event of a collapse and things like that. Your money is protected. Because once upon a time it wasn't. People woke up and they had nothing left. Because the bank stole their money. That's why they had to create protections against the banks. Seeing how we're going back in time, I just thought it was notable that all this money is invisible. Majority of it is digital. It's not real. It's just a number, but it's not real. Like, we actually don't have the amount of physical cash money anywhere that we do, like, digitally, right? So, like, even a billionaire couldn't go to a bank and say, hey, I need $1 billion. Because the bank's probably not going to have it. That's why they have multiple offshore accounts and multiple places. Because, again, or they have safes in their underground bunkers, their $1 million bunkers. Who knows? Again, a lot of the money is invisible. It's digital. So, if all this shit was to shut down, if the grid, the internet, and everything was to shut down on some I Am Legend shit, the only thing that would matter would be cash and bartering. Cash, coins, gold, and anything of value that people would want. All that invisible shit you have, your bank account, wouldn't even matter because you can't electronically go to the ATM. And the only person who could take it out is the teller, and that's only if the bank has enough cash to give you. But it is crazy to be giving a percentage of cash back to the credit card users who are mainly going to be rich people. And so it's like, okay, they're getting approved for extra money that they don't have. You're getting approved for like $100,000 to even more. Some credit cards probably can go up to more. I don't know. But that's a lot of fake money to just be given. This is another reason why we're in debt, because rich people are putting us in more debt. Not poor people. Rich people continue to take more and more and more from the poor and put us in more debt by creating more money laundering and money schemes and pyramid schemes. Because again, credit is fake. Credit is fake. It's not your physical on-hand money. And rich people get large credit lines of crazy lump sums, which put everybody in debt. And then they get percentages of cash back on those large credit lines, which is taking other people's real money. They're getting more money back for spending invisible money.